The new Chevrolet Corvette Stingray is a complete rehash of the Corvette equation with its mid-motor design and deft, impartial driving qualities. It's a superb games vehicle and, notwithstanding its intriguing appearance, a genuinely skilled excellent traveler with an agreeable ride and count them, trunks. The new Z06 communicates the C8 Corvette's wild side with a new, race-reproduced, high-firing up V8 motor, more streamlined and mechanical hold than any time in recent memory, and a fumes note that is more equation vehicle moan than muscle vehicle thunder. The 2023 Corvette Z06 is not normal for any road vehicle that Chevy's worked previously. 670 HP level plain V8. We previously scholarly of the new 5.5-liter normally suction V8 when the Z06 made its true presentation close to this time a year ago. As a boost, the LT6 utilizes double above cams, a level plain wrench, dry sump grease and one amazing extraordinary admission complex to turn out 670 drive and 480 pound-feet of force. Indeed, even without constrained enlistment, that is 20 horsepower more than the supercharged LT4 V8 it replaces with a 15-pound weight decrease for sure. The LT6 is down on force by 170 pound-feet to be exact, however with a more drawn-out clear, crescendoing at 8,600 revolutions per minute redline, it's exhilarating enough that you won't take note. The motor's super light internals, short stroke and level plane terminating request were designed to make the vast majority of its power at high fires up. In the meantime, the C8 Z06's exhaust has been totally overhauled to accentuate this nervous person. Out and about from the driver's seat, the Z06 is observably stronger in and out of town than the base Stingray, however not in the manner in which you could anticipate. The exhaust sings boisterously while matting the choke briefly 0 to 60 mph run, and the acceptance commotion coming from simply behind the driver's shoulder is close to as articulated. However, the LT6 isn't appallingly uproarious at moderate rates. The tires are an alternate story, outside sound is articulated. The Z06 is 3.6 inches more extensive than the Stingray, a change important to oblige a more extensive track, yet in addition bigger tires. Front and center are 20-inch wheels wrapped with 275 30th ZR20 Michelin Pilot Game 4S tires, and out back are 21s with 345 25th ZR21 elastic. I'll crunch the numbers for you. That is a 13 extensive contact fix for every one of the back tires. They will make some commotion over knocks, blemishes and street surfaces. I wouldn't consider it a deal-breaker. Positively it's standard for the exhibition course and worth the addition in grasp, yet significant for most of forthcoming proprietors who plan to everyday drive their American extraordinary. Trackside with the 2023 Chevy Corvette Z06, the Z06's standard attractive ride control suspension is likewise around 30% stiffer than the Stingray with the Z51 Execution bundle in its game setting. Leave it in the visiting mode and the Z06 is adequately agreeable to day-to-day drive or drive. Visiting mode is additionally the standard 8-speed double-grip transmission's most amiable setting with prompt however smooth movements. Fortunately, the Z06 rides no lower than the Stingray, which is as of now an incredibly low-through roadster, and the exhibition variation might in fact be had with a similar discretionary front lift highlight that can raise the nose by 1.8 inches consequently at GPS set areas. The lift works physically, also, to clear soak carports. Hindrances are different blocks, a particularly supportive component for keeping the discretionary air packs carbon fiber front splitter unmarred. Inside, you'll find exceptional games seats and shocking trim, however it's nothing unexpected that the Z06's lodge includes a similar tech track down on the Stingray. The dashboard is featured by a 12-inch advanced instrument group and a 8-inch form of Chevrolet's fantastic infotainment 3 framework. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are standard, which Chevy explicitly had us use to explore the drive course instead of the discretionary locally available route programming. The Z06 additionally holds the Stingray's advanced back view reflect, an important piece of tech if you really have any desire to see anything behind you past the backdrop illumination, the slanted back glass with motor inlet reflections and the enormous carbon fiber wing, provided that this is true prepared. On the track, the Z06's capacities require a track to be worked out, so we made a beeline for the Pittsburgh Worldwide Race Complicated, a less popular yet very testing course, and one of numerous that Chevy used to assist with tuning the vehicle's presentation. Going out for a couple warm-up lead-follow laps behind one of Chevy's improvement drivers, I mindfully facilitated the vet around the new track. I was so mindful during those initial not many laps that Chevrolet specialists pulled me to the side to offer a couple of ways to boost the Z06's presentation. The hardest thing was keeping my foot in it and not short moving. The Z06 fires up a lot higher than any Corvette previously, and my impulse was to snatch the oar shifter 1,500 to 2,000 revolutions per minute shy of the 8,600 RPM redline. That overlooks a great deal of force. Letting the very much customized DCT handle moving for a couple of laps helped train my ears to the sound and cadence of the Z06's powertrain and recalibrate my shift focuses. Next up was figuring out how to trust the brakes. Chevy outfits the Z06 with colossal 12.6-inch front brakes with 6-cylinder calipers and, surprisingly, bigger 14.9-inch back plates snatched by 4 pots, an odd combo, however a compelling one that is not difficult to tweak. Joined with the monstrous, tacky contact fixes, there's no deficiency of halting power, and I was urged to slow down later and harder as my trust in the Z06 developed with each progressive lap. The Z06 ended up being a willing and informative track band together with a liberal, excusing execution envelope and incredible directing input. I might have burned through many laps shaving down my time in each future more compensating than the last, however I lacked the capacity to deal with that. So subsequent to sliding into the front seat for a couple of last hot laps with Chevy's driver, an enlightening encounter that showed me exactly how much execution and speed I was all the while leaving undiscovered. It was the Z07 Execution bundle. The 2023 Chevrolet Z06 with the Z07 Execution bundle is worked around making the most of the overhauled Super Elite Exhibition Michelin Pilot Game Cup 2R tires. Notwithstanding the road lawful race elastic, you get standard carbon earthenware brakes with bigger 15.7-inch front rotors and a retuned attractive suspension that is 10% firmer than the Z06 in game or track modes. The Z07 likewise makes the carbon air unit with its huge back wing, front splitter, plunge planes and underbody strakes standard hardware. Together, the air bits produce as much as 734 pounds of downforce at 186 miles per hour, over 2 times that of the base Z06's air. Moving forward to a higher level of execution is generally scary, yet the Z07 is shockingly a lot simpler to drive rapidly than the base Z06. It is, all things considered, a similar vehicle just with fundamentally more hold. Around sharp corners and high-velocity clearing twists, the Z07 felt once more like a vehicle changed with significantly a greater amount of the suspension's true capacity opened. Obviously, my expertise cap actually missed the mark concerning the Z07's ability for unadulterated unhinged speed, yet even as I thought of myself as drawing nearer and testing the apparently limitless grasp, the taking care of ended up being enjoyably nonpartisan with superb seat-of-the-pants feel and a nearly clairvoyantly open suspension. On my last lap, for instance, the Z07 started to oversteer over a mid-corner peak on a left controller that I've taken excessively quick. The hold gave dynamically, the slight overturn felt immediately through the seat. With a perfect proportion of countersteer, I felt the grasp connect once more, getting the slide impeccably and pulling the tail back in line. Going from wary and uncertain to that personally associated inside the range of an hour is potentially the most noteworthy acclaim I can pile on the Z07's recipe. Evaluating in accessibility with creation of the Portage GT being ended for the current year and the SRT Snake a distant memory, the Z06 stands unchallenged as America's supercar and should go chasing abroad after commendable opponents. Chevy is focusing on the considerably more costly Porsche 911 GT3, Lamborghini Huracan Evo, McLaren 720S and Ferrari F8 Tributo as its essential rivals. The 2023 Chevrolet Corvette Z06 begins at $106,395 for the base 1LZ car or $113,895 for the convertible. That cost incorporates the imperative $1,395 objective charge. The $8,995 Z07 Execution bundle requires the $8,495 painted carbon air bundle, or $10,495 for uncovered carbon fiber, so you're taking a gander at $123,885 least for the most track-prepared rendition before choices. Most Z06 drivers, even the people who pick the Z07 spec, will log by far most of their miles on open streets. Many won't ever see a circuit, which is a disgrace on the grounds that the 2023 Chevrolet Corvette Z06 is one of only a handful of exceptional race-reared American games vehicles that really strolls the walk. This vehicle genuinely needs a track to extend its legs and be valued.